Hi, everyone. Hope you are all doing well. So, today I'm going live to talk about the two types of costs you want to consider when you're doing your cake costing and pricing. And this works for cakes, pastries, anything that you do. So, if you're a home baker who sells cakes or pastries or cookies, anything like that, or if you own a small bakery shop, this is perfect for you. So the reason I cover this a lot is that people do tend to get confused about exactly what they should be finding the cost of. So of course, this is not a pricing class. A costing and pricing class needs time, and we have resources on that. I'll be sharing where you can get our free class, but today I'm just sharing about the two types of costs you want to consider, and then exactly how you want to put that together when you're doing your costing and pricing. So, before I get into that, just a really quick intro. As you join me, do say hi, hit that like button, leave a comment. My name is Maureen Amari. I am the founder and owner of Amari Baking Center, which is a business that's based in Wadaka area in Nairobi, Kenya. We do practical and online baking and cake decoration classes. We offer business classes. Currently, we're doing a lot of online classes when it comes to business and mentorship. We also sell recipe books, ebooks, and printed books on cakes, cookies, breads, puff pastry. If you want to follow us on social media, obviously make sure you subscribe and hit the like button on here on YouTube. We're also on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter as Amari Baking Center. So make sure to follow us on those platforms. And Mike, I'll really appreciate it. So just to get into that, I want to first share exactly why is costing and pricing important, you might be wondering. So if you're a home-based baker, and this is like speaking to home bakers because sometimes they don't think this is important, but you want to make money. So speaking to those, and also kind of talking to also anybody who owns a small bakery shop, here's what I want to tell you. Number one, you need to know how much it costs to make your cake or your pastry, because you need to find out how much profit you're actually making, right? So this is why this is extremely important. You've got to know how much money you're actually making. So that's one of the things I like to let people know are extremely important. Sorry guys, 1 minute here. All right, you should be able to see me clearly. Sorry, guys. So, number one, importance of costing profit. You need to make sure you're actually selling at a profit. Most people are selling cakes, they guess the price, they don't know if it's a profit. Most people, if you've never sat down and done your costing and pricing, you're probably selling at a loss, but you don't know. Number two, goals, right? And objectives. If you know how much it actually costs to make your cake or pastry, you can actually set targets and objectives for your business because you have enough and proper information, right? So you can decide, do I want to grow my business? Do I want to move from home and get a shop? Do I want to have franchises of business? Or maybe do I want to stay a home baker? If you have the correct information, then you're actually able to make the decisions on whether you actually or how you want to continue with your business. The third reason why costing is important is you're able to determine your profit margin. If you know how much it actually costs to make the thing that you're making, then you're able to know how much money am I going to make? Um, how much money can I make? Do I want a 30% profit margin? Do I want a 100% profit margin? You're able to actually make those choices when you have the actual cost of making the product. So, what type of costs do you need to worry about as a baker? So, that's what I want to really get into. Number one, direct costs. So, there are two main types of costs you really need to worry about. And the number one is direct cost. When I say direct cost, this is what I mean. This is the cost that is directly related to making that cake, or to making that pastry, or to making that bread or cookie, whatever it is that you're doing. So direct costs are directly related in manufacturing and baking process. So realize, if you're a baker, even if you're a home baker, your business is actually what we call a manufacturing business. And a manufacturing business tends to be slightly different because, unlike a shopkeeper or a supermarket where they buy a thing and then they sell the thing and all they do is add a profit margin, it's different for bakers or us bakers, because what's happening is we buy ingredients, and then out of those ingredients, we actually make a thing, and then we sell a different thing from what we bought. So the reason that is a little tricky is because we're manufacturing a thing. So you have to actually sit down and figure out, okay, I bought these things and then I put all this work into it and then I made the thing and then I sold it. So that's why we have to focus on two types of costs, and that's the first one is direct cost. So the direct cost, I would think of it as something that without this thing, I cannot bake the cake, or without this thing, I cannot, make the cookie. So number one is obviously ingredients. You need the ingredients to make whatever it is that you're making. So realize that ingredients are a major, major part of the direct cost. So that means if you're a home baker and you're trying to figure out how to do your costing, sit down and find your receipts. Please keep your receipts, guys. Note in your petty cash exactly what it is that it costs to buy any ingredient that has to do with your cake making, cake decoration, pastry making, whatever. Number two, carriage, which is a transport of ingredients. So there's different names for this, but I call it carriage. Most of people know it that way. Now, this is one specific type of transport. This is a transport of getting the ingredients from like the wholesaler or from the manufacturer or from the shop or the supermarket to your bakery or to your home kitchen. So because you cannot make the cake without the ingredients, and somebody has to go pick up those ingredients and bring them to your home or to your bakery workshop. So that's why that particular transport is important. So carriage is only the transport to bring the ingredients from wherever back to the kitchen. So that's what carriage is. The third one is the labor of the baker. If you have a team of people, I mean only the baker who is required to bake the thing. If you're a home baker, that's your cost, the cost of you, which is the baker, because you should be paying yourself. If you're not, that's where you're going wrong. So this is the cost of the baker, the labor of the person who's going to make the thing. So that's a direct cost. Without the baker, there's no cake. The other one is factory overheads. Now, this is a name you hear. Some people call it different things, but factory overheads are the things you have to pay each month, no matter what, whether you make or sell or not. And these are the things that help you run the area or the section where you're baking from. So you may not have a factory if you're a home baker, but you have your home, or at least the segment in your home kitchen that you're baking from. And that is what we mean. Now, home bakers will be like, I'm not paying rent, so I don't have to worry about it. But then you're never able to move out of your house. That's because you never put that cost. If you want to ever grow your business, you need to make sure you're having your business pay for everything, including the rent for staying, whatever it is, whether it's at home or not, utilities like water or electricity or whatever it is you're using. If you're using a charcoal oven, the charcoal. Gas oven, the gas. Electricity, if you're using a mixer, you need to pay for that electricity. So these are things you have to pay every month no matter what. Think of it this way. If I had a shop that I was, and for those of you with shops, you have to pay rent whether you make a sale or not. You have to pay electricity whether you make a sale or not. You have to pay for water. Those are what I mean by factory overhead. So sit down, figure out what your factory overheads are, because every business is different, but mainly it's usually utilities and rent, and then include that. The reason I put others because businesses are different, and some do have like something like licenses, because if you have a shop, you obviously need your permits and licenses to run that shop. Without that, you cannot run it, so it's a direct cost. But look at any other thing that's directly related to actually making your cake. The second type of cost, remember this is a big title: direct, indirect, and then under that we have the different costs. So the second type of cost is indirect costs. These are what we call operational costs. These are costs that you need in your business, but without this, you can still bake the cake. But the funny thing is, you actually need these costs to run your business. For example, marketing. If you don't tell people that you're selling something like cake, nobody's ever going to buy from you, which makes it hard to actually continue running your business. So operational costs are indirect. Yes, they don't go directly into making your cake or your pastries, but you need them to continue running your business. So that would be marketing, and I mean brochures, print, online marketing, Facebook, Google, whatever it is, and even content marketing. If you're posting online organically, trying to just get people to know about your business, that's a cost. Second, airtime and telephone costs. You got to call people, you got to call your clients, maybe you got to call your delivery guy, all that. That's a cost. Cleaning agents and detergents, the soap and the water you're using, and the little scrubbies like the Scotch Brite, you got to pay for those. Labor of other people in the business. Now, this is not the baker. That was a direct cost. But remember, as you grow your business, sometimes even home bakers get somebody to help them clean. That cleaner has to be paid. It's labor, right? It's payroll. You need maybe an assistant baker. Maybe you have a main baker, but then you have somebody else assisting them because maybe you're getting busy. That's some kind of labor. Delivery guy, whether you're outsourcing or not, you realize that's a cost you have to make. The other one is cost of using your equipment. We call that depreciation. Your mixer, you're using it and it's losing value over time. And over time, you have to buy another one. Your business should be able to buy that thing. And you have to put that cost in your cake making and decoration and all that stuff. The other thing you've got to do is put any other costs. So every business is so different, guys, because my business and another person and your business are so different. So, like for us, we have to consider things like websites. Like we got to pay for our website every year. We got to do like some kind of online subscriptions. There's people who have professional fees. Like if you have a company, you have to make sure you get a accountant or an auditor to come every year. Personal training, for any of you who've ever joined our classes about costing or social media or all that, that is personal training or professional training for you to be a better entrepreneur that has something to do with your business. You have to account for that cost in your cake making and decoration and all that stuff. So please realize that you have to think about one, direct cost, and two, indirect cost. So how do you actually do your costing? Number one, you find out your direct costs. Number two, you find out what your indirect costs are. Number three, you put them together, right? And you get the total cost of actually making your baked product. It sounds simple, and it is. I know the hard part is actually doing that math. So what do you do after you found your direct and indirect costs? Well, you're going to look at the factors to consider before putting a price on it. For example, what niche am I in? Am I baking wedding cakes to brides? Am I doing birthday cakes? Am I doing custom cakes? Am I doing artisan breads? What niche am I in? Number two, I start thinking, what kind of profit do I make? Do I want to grow slowly and put like very small amount of profit? Do I want to grow very fast and add my profit margin? That's the thing I'm going to decide. When I decide that, I'm going to add my profit margin. After that, I'm going to come up with a pricing strategy. Do I want to use the competitive? Do I want to use economy pricing strategy? I will definitely leave a link for that video. We have a video on YouTube that shares about different pricing strategies to use. Please watch that video to see if that makes sense. And finally, you're going to set your price of your cake. Again, it sounds simple, but I know when it comes to doing it, it's a little different. So when it comes to doing actually costing and pricing, here's what I have to tell you. If you have not done it, if you signed up for a class, is amazing. If you haven't, if somebody helped you with the costing and pricing, great. But if you are still struggling with it, if you're not sure if you're making money, I would tell you, if you cannot pay for a class, go to Facebook, search Amari Online Community. It's our group, and we have a free costing and pricing class in the guide section. It's very simple, but it's a great place to start. We actually do the costing of a 1 kg white forest. And out of that, you should be able to know how to do your costing. We have a word template that's on the same Facebook group as well, and it can help you. So again, just go on Facebook, Amari Online Community Group, search that, enter. You should see it in the guide section or even in the announcement section. There's a series of videos. Watch them. They should be able to help you. If you want more in-depth understanding of costing and pricing, we have an online class that's very in-depth. Now I'm talking about there is costing templates you can download and just put in your numbers. Lots of explanation. We even do costing and pricing of 4 types of niches like cake, pastries, somebody who's doing puff pastry and cookies, breads, that kind of thing. That one is 1,500 shillings, and I'm very excited to announce that we're actually having it on a separate platform on our own site, so you can sign up at any time. And for the month of October, we're actually doing a sale where you can actually get 60 days access. Usually we give you 1 month access. So now we're doing 60 days. That means from the day you sign, if you sign up today, it's 60 days. If you sign up in 10 days, it'll be 60 days from the day you sign up. So we're trying to make sure you get full value out of that. We're no longer holding it in a Facebook group. We're actually holding it in our specific site. There's 2 ways of signing up. You can go to the website you're seeing on there. I'm going to link that at the bottom. And you can actually just sign up, but we only have the option of PayPal if you want to do a self-checkout. You can also just send 1,500 to our till, and then we will send you details of how to sign up for your own account. Once you sign up, you got 60 days to watch the content, download the templates, and then we'll also check your, your work. We get back to you. We also have a Facebook support group for that specific class. So if you're interested, please comment below or just reach out on our number 0701 796 688, or just DM us, you know what I'm saying, on any platform, and we'll give you details on that. So I hope this session has really helped you out on the two types of cost, how to cost, and if you want a free class, where to get it, and if you want a paid, very in-depth, very, like, how do I say this? We cover everything. Like, I covered as much as I possibly can so that you can know if you're actually making a profit. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this has really helped you, whether you're watching now or later. Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed if you're not already subscribed. Okay, guys? Have an awesome day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.